let's get started on another day. Let's go! Starting another news roundup on the channel with more information about the Washington Commanders. Another quick, objective, and very up-to-date video about the Commanders. If you're new, subscribe. There are daily videos on the channel and you'll stay super well informed. When you watch a video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps, strengthens the channel, and motivates me to continue. To begin, here's the latest update. The news shaking up the Capitol is ESPN's projection placing the Green Bay Packers linebacker as the best fit for the Commanders in 2026. With Bobby Wagner's imminent departure to free agency at 35 years old, Washington needs someone who not only makes tackles but also dictates the physical pace of the game. Look what Quay Walker brings to the table. Tackle machine. He had 128 tackles last season, a career record. At 6'3" and incredibly fast, he's the prototype of the linebacker Dan Quinn loves. Just 25 years old, he fits perfectly into Jayden Daniels' timeline and the roster rebuild. Imagine the scenario. On one side, the aggressiveness and ability to pressure the QB of Frankie Louvu, who had 86 tackles and 3 sacks in 2025. On the other, the speed of coverage and lateral reach of Quay Walker. This combination would allow Dan Quinn to increase the pressure without fear of leaving the middle of the field exposed. Walker is a downfield menace who fills all the gaps left open in our disappointing 2025 defense. The Packers did not exercise Quay Walker's fifth-year option, meaning he will test the market this March. With a projected value of around $10 to $12 million per year, Washington has plenty of salary cap space, $76 million, to ensure he doesn't sign with anyone before passing through our capital. Peters and Quinn's plan is clear: get younger, faster, and much more physical. Would you rather bring in a promising young player like Quay Walker on a long-term contract, or would you still try to convince Bobby Wagner to play another year for the leadership he brings to the locker room? Comment below. Your opinion is what matters on the channel. Changing the subject, here's an update. ESPN just connected the dots, and it makes perfect sense. With Zach Ertz becoming a free agent at 35 and coming off a serious injury, the Commanders need fresh blood, and Isaiah Likely from the Ravens emerges as the perfect fit for our new offensive coordinator David Blau's scheme. Why is Likely the right choice? When Mark Andrews got injured in 2024, Likely exploded with 6 touchdowns and elite averages. He's not just a blocker, he's a playmaker after the catch and can stretch the field vertically. After a quieter 2025 due to a foot injury, his market value is projected between $10 and $14 million per year. That's much cheaper than a Kyle Pitts and delivers almost the same production. Adam Peters has already made it clear. The priority in 2026 is to build around Jayden Daniels with players who have what it takes to perform for the next 5 years. Likely is only 25 years old and fits perfectly into that timeline. With Mark Andrews having renewed with the Ravens, Likely knows he will always be the second option there. In Washington, with the dynamic offense that Blau is assembling, he would arrive to be the undisputed TE1. Imagine Jayden Daniels having McLaurin, Luke McCaffrey, and now Likely as targets. It's the nightmare of any NFC East defense. Washington has one of the 5 largest salary cap spaces in the NFL, over $70 million. Signing Likely now allows the team to address the tight end position even before the draft, giving us the flexibility to use our first-round pick to reinforce the defensive line or the edge rushers. The target is in sight. Now all that's left is for Adam Peters to pull the trigger. Would you rather pay $12 million a year for Isaiah Likely, or do you think we should go all in and try a blockbuster trade for Kyle Pitts? Comment below in the comments section. Now to wrap up today's updates.
Everything seemed set for the arrival of Jake Olson, the LSU safety guru, to reinforce Durante Jones' team. The announcement was even made. Expectations were high since he led top 25 defenses in points allowed for the last 3 years. But Olson changed his mind. After heavy pressure from Lane Kiffin and the LSU administration, Olson decided to remain in college and gave a last-minute no to the Commanders. It's a significant loss, as he would have been fundamental in polishing gems like Quan Martin and Mike Sainstrell, but the show must go on. The good news is that Durante Jones is now officially in charge. Coming from the Vikings, where he worked with Brian Flores, he arrives with the mission of implementing a much more aggressive and versatile system. Jones doesn't just want to line up and play, he wants to confuse opposing QBs with constant pressure. To help him, the coaching staff gained familiar faces and important promotions. The former Steelers coach was promoted to defensive backs and cornerbacks, a decision celebrated by the players, as Gay is a natural mentor. The defensive line guru arrives to extract the maximum potential of our frontmen. He will remain in charge of the safeties, which generated controversy among the fans, but shows that Quinn still trusts in the continuity of part of the work. Durante Jones's great mission in 2026 will be to maximize the talent we already have. Linebacker Frankie Louvu needs a scheme that frees him to attack, and Jones promised a defense where it doesn't matter where you line up, but how you finish the play. With the secondary under new leadership and the Flores-style pressure system arriving, the Commanders hope that 2026 will be the year of defensive redemption. The committee is assembled, almost all of it. Now it's time to see in practice if the Jones system is the solution to our problems. Next up, do you think promoting William Gay was the right move, or should the Commanders have sought a more experienced name from outside to fix our cornerbacks? Comment. Next, don't forget to leave your thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell because this renewal could happen at any moment, and I'll bring you the updates here. We're in this together. Thank you for everything, and go Commanders!